Good day and good evening to all the listeners to our program. Let's first listen to the story I'm about to share with you. I am Divya, your narrator to this story today. Welcome to Forbidden Reveries. I accidentally blew up my daughter's classmate. Here's the full story. My name is Dan. I'm an engineer, and I can confidently say that my daughter and I have a pretty good life. I became a widower early, so I've been the only one raising my only daughter. Ever since my wife passed away, I haven't remarried. I loved her so much that replacing her has always felt impossible, even though she's been gone a long time. But one day, I never imagined my heart would beat again for a woman almost the same age as my daughter, Maxine. And now, I'm going to tell you how I ended up blowing up my daughter's classmate. It was just a normal Sunday morning. Both my daughter and I were at home. I was in the living room, peacefully reading the newspaper, when Maxine suddenly approached me. "Dad," she started, "I have something to tell you. I hope you'll agree." "What is it, young lady? Just say it." "Well, it's my classmate's birthday today and my best friend, actually. We were hoping to celebrate her birthday here at our house. Just the two of us, Dad. We'll eat, drink a little bit of alcohol. But don't worry, it's just a little. Please, Dad, say yes." "Oh, it's like that? Okay, sure, just the two of you, huh? All right, I'll allow it as long as you tell your classmate not to get drunk, okay? And she should go home by 10 p.m. Her parents might look for her." "Thank you so much, Daddy. You're really the best. I promise I'll tell her all your rules so you won't get mad. You're the sweetest, Daddy." My daughter then excused herself to shower, saying her classmate would arrive shortly. I resumed reading my paper, but couldn't help wondering who Maxine's friend was, since she rarely invited classmates or visitors to the house. After some thinking, I decided to start preparing lunch. When I finished cooking, I figured I might as well wash the car. But as I was scrubbing it down, I suddenly heard someone knocking on the gate. When I opened it, I was left speechless standing. There was a tall, beautiful, fair woman dressed, well, boldly. She was striking, to say the least. Trying to hide my surprise, I managed to speak. Miss, who are you? Is there someone you're looking for?" "Mister, does Maxine live here?" "Yes, she does. And who are you? What's your business with my daughter?" "Oh, you must be Maxine's dad." "Hi, sir. I'm Joanne, her classmate and best friend. It's nice to meet you." Just as she said that, Maxine's voice called out from behind me. "Oh, Joanna, you're here already, and it looks like you've already met my dad." "Yeah, I have. But we haven't shaken hands yet. Come on, Bess. Introduce me properly to your dad." Maxine laughed and walked over, beaming. "Dad, this is Joanna, my classmate and also my best friend. She's the one celebrating her birthday today." Joanna extended her hand politely. "Hi, Sir Dan. Nice to meet you." "I'm Joanna Valder, man and 18 years old and from Pasig." Maxine rolled her eyes playfully. "Wow, Bess, full intro, huh? You even gave your address?" "Of course, Bess. It's good for your dad to know my details, right?" Trying to match the energy, I also introduced myself in full. "All right, Joanna, nice to meet you. I'm Dan, Maxine's dad and a longtime widower." Cue the laughter from both girls. "Oh my gosh, Dad, you and Joanna are nuts. Anyway, come on, Bess, let's go to my room. Dad, you finish washing the car, okay?" "Sure, young lady, I'll call you two when lunch is ready." As they turned to head inside, I couldn't help but glance at Joanna once more. She was wearing a mini skirt, and well, you couldn't not notice her smooth, fair legs. Unfortunately, she glanced back and caught me looking, so I quickly averted my eyes, pretending to focus on the car. I must have sweated out half my body weight from sheer panic, but I managed to play it cool after that. An hour later, I finally finished washing the car and went to the living room to relax. It was almost noon, so I got up to set the table for lunch. Once everything was ready, I called for Maxine and Joanna. "Maxine, lunch is ready, come out now." I'm sure both of you are hungry by now. Yes, Dad, we're coming. You can go ahead, we'll follow. When they finally joined me in the dining area, I invited them both to sit. All right, Maxine, Joanna, take your seats and let's eat. I hope you like what I cooked. Maxine chimed in with a grin. Dad, stop being humble. I know it's going to taste amazing. Bess, you're in for a treat. Joanna sniffed the air and smiled. Wow, this actually smells so good. Okay, let's eat. I'm excited to taste it. We all started eating. As we did, it became obvious from Joanna's reactions that she loved the food. She kept complimenting every bite. Sir Dan, this is amazing. Your cooking is so delicious. I ate so much more than I intended. Maxine was right. You're an excellent cook. I felt proud hearing that. Glad you liked it, Joanna. Liked it? Sir, it's so good I feel like visiting your house more often just for your cooking. Maxine laughed. Bez, that's fine. You're welcome here anytime. It's just me and Dad in this house anyway. Oh, by the way, Dad, later Joanna and I are going out because we're going to buy food and drinks. It's her birthday today, right? We're gonna celebrate here at home. Isn't that okay, Dad? We already talked about this, didn't we? Yeah. Okay, dear, no problem with me. Just make sure to drink moderately, huh? Don't get drunk, okay? Oh, and Joanna, won't your parents look for you? It's your birthday today, right? You should be with them celebrating with your family. Ah, Sir Dan, I'm an orphan. I live with my sister, but she's too busy at work. So I just asked her if it was okay to go out with Maxine. She trusts Maxine because they know each other. Oh, is that so? I'm sorry, Joanna. I didn't know you'd lost your parents. Go ahead, have fun with my daughter. Do whatever you both want. Just don't drink too much, okay? And make sure you get back home safely later. All right, Sir Dan, thanks. Let me take care of washing these plates. It's embarrassing if you and Maxine wash them. Oh, girl, don't worry about it. Let my dad handle that. He's totally got this. At home, he's always the one doing that stuff, hee. Yeah, Joanna, no worries, I got this. Maxine's right, I always do the household chores. You know, my eunuch Ahijah is spoiled. It's just the two of us after all. I do these things so she can focus on her studies. I know your course is tough, both of you, so no distractions, okay? Study well and study hard. And Maxine, no boyfriends yet. Finish school first. Another year and you'll graduate as an engineer, so keep it up, okay? Go on, you and Joanna. Rest in your room. I'll take care of the dishes. Thanks, Dad. You're seriously the best dad in the world. So kind, so handsome he. Not just that macho, too. Ah, dear, you talk too much. Joanna might hear you. All right, go on now to your room. Sir Dan, Maxine's right, you're kind and handsome. I'm jealous of her because she has a cool dad like you. Is that so, Joanna? Well, thank you so much for the compliment. Go ahead now, get some rest. You both are going out later, buying food and drinks, right? Yes, Sir Dan, thanks again. Come on, girl, let's head to your room and rest. All right, let's go. Dad, we're off! Love you, Daddy! Love you too, dear, he replied. After that, I washed the dishes from the three of us. When I was done, I lay down on the sofa in the living room and watched TV. Before I knew it, I had fallen asleep on the sofa. And when I woke up, I heard loud voices coming from my daughter's room. They were blasting music so loudly. I let it slide because it was Joanna's birthday. I gave them this one celebration. Around 4 p.m., I had a snack since it was already late. But they kept partying. And that music was getting distracting so loud, I decided to knock on their door and tell them to turn it down a bit. Maxine, open the door, please. Could you turn the music down? It's really loud, the neighbors might complain. It's embarrassing. But no one came out despite my knocking. I scratched my head in frustration, but because I thought they might already be disturbing the neighbors, I decided to do something drastic. I forced the door open by breaking the doorknob. When it finally opened, I was shocked by what I saw. My daughter and Joanna were both in nothing but their inner clothes, dancing while drinking alcohol. I couldn't help but notice their sexy bodies, and I accidentally glimpsed their, cocoa melons, which wasn't intentional, of course. Oh, Dad! What are you doing here in my room? And why are you holding the doorknob? It's broken! Did you break the lock? Are you mad at me? No, dear, I'm not mad. I was just worried about what the neighbors might say. The music is so loud and you can hear it all the way from the living room. That's why I came to knock on your door, just to ask you there to turn it down. But you didn't hear me, so I had no choice but to break this darn doorknob. Oh, is that it, Dad? Okay, sorry. We thought the volume was still low. All right, we'll turn it down. Sorry again. It's fine, dear. But, why are you dressed like that? You're not going swimming or anything. Your outfits are so revealing. Oh, Dad, it's fine. It's just me and Joanna here. So we thought, why not wear this while dancing? It was actually Joanna's idea. She is full of ideas, isn't she? Besides, Papa, just let us enjoy. It's Joanna's birthday after all. Oh, okay. If that's what you two are into, it's up to you. But just turn the music down, all right? We don't want to disturb the neighbors anymore. Okay, Daddy, will do. Thank you! After our conversation, Joanna suddenly spoke up. Sir Dan, why don't you join us? It's kind of boring with just me and Maxine. It would be so much more fun with you celebrating with us. Bestie, are you okay with your dad joining us? Joanna, no way! It's fine. Daddy doesn't like these things anyway. Plus, our outfits are, maybe Daddy just feels awkward about how we're dressed? Bestie, how about I change into something else so Sir Dan can join us? Dear, are you sure? All right, deal. Daddy, you said yes. Yay! All right, I'm gonna change real quick. But Joanna, I'm staying like this. This is my vibe, you know? Ha ha ha. It's up to you, bestie. Daddy, are you cool with Joanna staying like this? Sure. If that's what Joanna's into, then okay with me. As Maxine changed her clothes, Joanna and I were left in the room. I felt so awkward, I tried my best not to look at her, and avoiding any moves that might make her uncomfortable or suspicious. But then, Joanna suddenly spoke. Sir Dan, do you think I'm sexy? Does this outfit look good on me? Oh, and by the way, I saw you earlier. Oh, you were looking at me from behind. What's going on, Sir Dan? Nothing, Joanna. It's just that, well, I couldn't help but notice how sexy you are. Your skin is so fair, your legs are beautiful, and you're very attractive. I didn't realize my daughter has such a beautiful friend. It's your first time here, right? Oh, really, Sir Dan? Well, I'll make sure I visit here more often then, so you can always see me. All right, Joanna, thank you. Just then, Maxine came back. She was wearing shorts and a sleeveless top. And so, the beauty of my daughter Maxine is still so radiant. But for me, Joanna is even more beautiful because, well, she's got practically everything fair skin. Pretty, sexy, she totally has it all. So, because of that, I can't help but be amazed by her. Dad, is this outfit okay for me now? I mean, later on you might feel awkward seeing me like this, but hey, I always wear stuff like this at home. It's fine, young lady, just not the one you were wearing earlier. I'm not used to seeing you wear something like that, I said, chuckling. Okay, Dad. Well, are you joining me and Joanna? Sure, sweetheart, I'll join you and Joanna. She seems to be a handful, so I'm sure I won't be able to resist her. I laughed. Sir Dan, I'm a handful. So whether you like it or not, I'll make sure you join us. When Joanna said that to me, I couldn't help but smile at her. and then we all burst out laughing. While we were drinking, my daughter and Joanna were yelling and screaming, dancing the night away. As for me, I just smiled and happily watched them, bottle of beer in hand, enjoying the view of the moment. Why? Because wow, Joanna looked stunningly sexy in what she was wearing at the time, and her cocoa melons really caught my attention. I just couldn't take my eyes off Joanna. Before I knew it, Joanna suddenly approached me and said, "Sir Dan, why don't you join us on the dance floor, bestie? I'll just ask your daughter if that's okay with her." "Maxine, is it okay with you if your dad joins us?" "Sure, Joanna, if he's fine with it." "Oh, Sir Dan, your daughter said it's okay. Come on, join me and Maxine. It'll be more fun, right?" And because Joanna was so persistent, I couldn't say no. "All right, Joanna, sweetheart, I'll join you. But just for a short while, okay? You know, I'm getting old and I tire out easily," I said, laughing. Joanna and my daughter just smiled and then pulled me into the dance floor. As we danced, I noticed Joanna giving me those very suggestive, almost smoldering looks. It felt like she was trying to tell me something. So what did I do? I returned her gaze. Then, all of a sudden, my daughter said she needed to use the restroom. "Dad, Joanna, I'm going to the bathroom. You two stay here, all right?" "Are you sure, sweetheart? Can you manage on your own?" "I can go with you." "Dad, I'm fine. Relax. Just stay here with Joanna and enjoy yourselves." "All right, sweetheart, just take it slow, okay? Be careful walking so you don't slip." "Got it, Dad, thanks." And then my daughter left, leaving just Joanna and me in the room. That's when I suddenly felt awkward. I don't even know why. Joanna noticed it immediately and asked, "Sir Dan, are you okay? Why do you look so uncomfortable?" "Joanna, it's your outfit. It's a bit distracting," I admitted with a chuckle. Hearing that, Joanna stepped closer to me and leaned her face inches away from mine. She smiled. "Sir Dan, let's dance! A sweet dance! The song playing now is perfect love song vibes. Come on, Sir Dan, put your hands on my waist. Don't feel shy around me. Pretend I'm Maxine if that helps, okay?" "Joanna, this feels weird. What if my daughter comes back and gets the wrong idea? And, Joanna, I think you're drunk. You've had a lot to drink already." "Sir Dan, I'm not drunk. I know exactly what I'm doing. So, are you dancing with me or not? Do I have to be pushy?" At that moment, I felt a strange sensation inside me. I wanted to dance with her, close, intimate. So when she suddenly hugged me, her cocoa melons brushing against me, I couldn't resist any longer. I placed my hands on her waist, and Joanna and I started to dance, smiling at each other. Then Joanna leaned in closer, looked me straight in the eye and asked, "Sir Dan, have you ever had a girlfriend my age?" Completely caught off guard, I replied, "Why would you ask that?" "Oh, just curious. I mean, you've been a widower for a while now, no girlfriend. Maybe I could be the one? I'm pretty, aren't I? And sexy? And you're handsome. Plus, I really like daddy looks." "So, what do you think?" Hearing that, I froze. I didn't know what to say. And then, before I could even process her words, Joanna kissed me. Soft, on the lips, her hands cupped my face. And me? Well, I kissed her back. I couldn't stop myself. One kiss led to another, until finally, Joanna pulled away, smiling at me in a way that left no room for misinterpretation. She wanted more. And so, despite my nerves, I gave in. I laid Joanna down and made her happy right then and there. The rest, as they say, is history. Joanna and I ended up together, and my daughter happily accepted her as her stepmother. Now, Joanna and I are married. We have 2 kids, and I wake up every day happy being loved by her and her cocoa melons. And that's the story of how I ended up getting Joanna, my daughter's classmate, blew up. Thank you until the next one.